Alright, Monday, more Mario Maker 2. A couple levels in the queue right now. We'll check out the story mode if we empty it. I'd like to check out still. Notifications received. Oh, these are for stages that I had the world record on that have been replaced. Okay, that's cool. Alright, first up we got Kaozfaktor, Golf Hotel 5, Tango Foxtrot November, Quebec, Romeo Foxtrot. Hey, DiscoDwarf, how you doing? Oh, sweet Kaos. Awesome. I think I remember most of the stuff that you added for it before. We'll see. If you'd like to join the queue, it's !Mario, followed by your course ID. You can actually add a second level or a third level and so on to the queue if you type !Mario too. We'll explore that backup queue if the first queue is emptied. 100 degrees Fahrenheit and humid? Ugh. Gross. That was the one. Alright, so for anyone who hasn't seen this level really quick, I'll shoot. I might pay for that later. It's like an Indiana Jones theme, so you've got this room here that shows you... Oh, hey, good. Restocking mushrooms. Shows you the pattern that you should be looking for to find the key, and that's how I knew there was a key up there. Alright, I think I really need to have a mushroom because the spikes are kind of tricky. So I'll try to get down here carefully. Monsoon season, yeah. I get crazy hail from like noon to 3 p.m. and if you go outside at 4 or 5 p.m. you can't even tell that it rained. Alright, now I don't think I got too much farther than that before, right? There's the key is associated with a spiny. Just a replacement mushroom. Yeah, I want to say it's up through here. I've got restocking mushrooms. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got to a puzzle with some POW blocks that I didn't figure out, so I'll try that again when we get there. It seemed like a cool machine. I don't know if I found this before. Is this just a shortcut to get back through the stage safely? I don't think I left behind any locked doors back there. Oh wait, hold on. Other door that I left behind that I want to get in. So doors that have been unlocked will always look different than doors that never had a lock associated with them, right? I think we may have done this one. This looks familiar. No. This is a cool little mini puzzle here. Favorite style in Mario Maker 2? I got a soft spot in my heart for Super Mario World. I think it's my favorite Mario game. I don't know how much of that is nostalgia. I just really like the secrets in Mario World. and the general look of the graphics, mechanics for the most part. Howdy, sir. How you doing? We got that far before. Alright, this is the one we got stuck on before. So, single window inside blocks equals key. Yeah. So this has something to do with hitting the right number of POW blocks for the machine above us to push the mushroom onto that P-switch, I think. And I believe that the clue to this one is the little window. So I thought maybe it was the height of the window as it related to the height of the POW blocks, but that's what I tried last time. Mario World feels correct because it's the one everyone did ROM hacks of. I guess I'll ask some questions to try to understand this one better, Chaos. I think I said last time that I couldn't really come up with any ideas to improve the puzzle because I hadn't found the solution yet. Do I have infinite time once I get into this room to figure out the answer? Or do I have to answer it fairly quickly before the mushroom climbs up on the side there? So I can deplete the POW blocks or get them to the same height as the little window, but then I think the mushroom just falls in here. I have infinite time. This is my original guess. I don't think this is right, though. Because I think if I go from here, if I knock this one all the way down, I'll see that the mushroom has already fallen. Okay. So maybe I can do it through brute force. Figure out whether the mushroom is on that platform yet or not, you know? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see, if it crosses over... If it's already on this, then I've hit it too many times. Alright. Most people brute force this one. You know it's got to be less than 6, so let's try 5. It's probably less than 5, too. The mushroom's not already over there, right? Yeah. So I think I understand the machine correctly. What I don't understand yet is the conveyance for the solution itself. It's like a code. Got like tumblers here, basically. Less than 4? Yeah, I think you probably have numbers in sequence somewhere. But this hint is different from the hint that's in the room itself, right? Fortunately, you've got a checkpoint there, so when I die, I'll keep trying it. My original guess was that it was 333, but I don't, because that's the distance, I think, from the key. Let's see this time if 3 was right for the first one. Ice blocks are the key. Huh. Okay, so I think 3 was right for the first one then. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to see patterns here. So, like, the ice block is 3 blocks above the key. The ice block is surrounded by stone blocks. So it could be that I am only meant to mess with the middle POW station after the mushroom climbs up. I'm sure this is one that I'll understand with hindsight once you explain it. The mushroom can't end up on this one until I hit this one 3 times, I think, right? Oh, maybe something's already happened that I can't fall. 3 was the one that worked last time. Interesting. Okay, I will accept more hints for this one. I would like to see what you have past this stage. Place where I can suicide to the left. There's stack, key, stack. I mean, I guess the stack could be equal to the number of POW blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think you have more... There's more blocks in the stack than there are blocks in that, though. Now we're going back down the pipe is supposed to hint at it. Explore the level more. Oh, it's not solvable from that room is what you're saying. I see. Look for ice blocks, windows. I wonder how... So you wanted the premise is you want the player to explore through the stage and not realize that they're passing things in the stage that are actually a hint for a puzzle later on, right? Oh yeah, I've seen these around, haven't I? And then when they get into the part of the stage later, realize, oh, I see, I need to go back and find these things. So this is part of the solution, right? 1, 1, 2, maybe? Let's try that. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if it was number of stacks or if it was direct instructions. This is a cool idea, and I'm trying to think, how can you redirect a player so that they know that they have to go back and revisit the rest of the stage? Like, how do you get a player to a puzzle and then they know for sure when they reach the puzzle that it's not meant to be solvable until they get information from somewhere else? And you've got the arrow pointing, I'm assuming that left arrow is both pointing at the window and to go back through the pipe. And then you have another one saying, okay, you need to leave in the room before. Look like flavor, but be important. Yeah, no, that's a cool idea. I dig that. We may have already established this one was 3. Now, I guess let me go back to the one that Serp was talking about. You might be stuck in this stage. Well, no, that's you made a little elevator so that if you are at the checkpoint, you can go back to the beginning of the stage. Is that what that's for? I was going to say, because the door's not unlocked anymore after the checkpoint. So why... Oh, I see. It's a combination pattern above the second stack, the middle stack, right? So it might be 1, 1, 2 above the middle stack. And this is a soft lock prevention mechanism, I think, right? Will bomb shenanigans get in that room? Interesting. Huh. Okay, so the last one I interpreted as showing me 3 of those stacks. This one, the glass only lines up with one of the stacks, if it's the same width. You almost have to take a screenshot here, right? This is where I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm counting the number that are on the same y-axis as the yeah, I think last time I was talking about considering breaking this up into a bunch of smaller discrete levels, but I feel like that kind of breaks your core idea of you go through a level, you see a bunch of stuff that you think is decoration, and then later on you get stuck and are forced to realize that that stuff you thought was decoration is actually necessary to the solution. Oh, maybe those are Roman numerals? 1, and rather than matching the appearance of the stack, 1, 2. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 6. Let's see if I can kill myself here. I think the last one was 5. 2, 3. I may have gotten the last one wrong. I'll go back and check it. Am I right that the first one is 8, the second one is 6? I was looking at the y-axis. That is the right idea. 1, 2, oh. 8, 6, 4, I think. Okay. No, I think this might be a good creative scaffolding, though, Chaos, is that if you're having a bunch of big ideas for a single level now, then you can go and you can break this up into little chunks, or make like an introductory level to most of these mechanics, and then have the hard version here. Yeah, I think if all of these puzzles were discrete, it would help a lot. But I don't know how. One of your really cool ideas here is the puzzles not being discrete, the clues being scattered throughout the stage up to that point, you know? Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, so if you come back at this again, I think you've got good ideas here. I might make them all bite-sized, like what Serp is talking about, and I might look into 1531. I might look into making an intro stage that has most of those ideas, but has an extremely easy version of each of them. So, like, I think you could do the Roman numeral puzzle. You could just have that by itself, the single window, and then one stack of POW blocks, and maybe they get your conveyance for it, maybe they don't. They see 3 later, they'll know, okay, I should pay attention to that. That's not just random level art, you know what I mean? Alright, if you'd like to join the queue, type !Maryo, followed by your course ID. Let's see. Next up is Djoing, followed by yodeling DiscoDwarf, and then Raitch. If you've already shared a level, you can share a second one if you type !Maryo2. But we're only going to check out the backup queue for people that have shared multiple levels if the main queue empties. So no guarantee we'll get to follow-up levels if you add more than one. Mega Mario 3, Needle Beetle. Battle one of Dr. Bowser's 8 Turtle Masters. Okay. So it's like a Mega Man stage. I don't know Mega Man 3 as well, so if anyone recognizes stuff, feel free to point it out. I do like these adaptation challenges. I like having you can like adjust the behavior of certain enemies. Wow, that wasn't intended. You can adjust the behavior of certain enemies by putting them on tracks. I think that's cool. You can get like their projectile behaviors and other damaging aspects. That sounds cool, Chaos. Adaptation is just such a fun challenge in game design. I bring up Hearthstone a lot as trying to adapt World of Warcraft raids as in a card game, right? It's pretty fun. Hey, LuFX, how you doing? We need to play through all the Mega Man games at some point on stream. We had one Mega Man day way back in 2015. That's the last time we played it. I like Mega Man X the best of the ones I've played. The NES ones are fine, but... I wonder what the icicles are representing here from Needleman's. Oh, probably the needles. As are the spinies, right? Oh yeah? Nice, LuFX. No, I think there's a good argument to do it right the first time, right? Even if there's something that would be faster. Oh, I like having the little switches to kill those enemies, that's cool. Clever. Oof. That's a cool way to simulate a boss door there, with having to hit the switch. I like it. And this looks like a Mega Man boss room. Like you can see the exit from the room, that's cool. 2's the only one I remember well is also, yeah. Oh, I'm actually not sure what my options are here. Probably involves the on switch. Oh, there's a bomb. Oh, that's interesting. So it's surviving. Okay, that's cool. I dig that. You can't really do, like, full-on projectile combat without giving the player an infinite supply of power-ups, right? In which case it negates a lot of the challenge. That was really cool. Thanks, Djoing. Alright, DiscoDwarf is up next, followed by Raitch and Blaze It. If you would like to add a level, type !Maryo, followed by your course ID. You can add additional levels with !Maryo too, but we'll only get to those if the main queue empties. Golf, Whiskey, Papa, X-Ray, Juliet 6, Bravo, Mike, Golf. Oh, hey, Free4. Fantastic. Yeah, well, thanks for popping on, and no worries. We've got quite a few people that are only really able to watch through YouTube, so if that's a platform that works for you, that's cool. But appreciate the sentiment. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We'll be putting whatever we record on Twitch onto YouTube within 24 hours every day for the foreseeable future. Floor is lava. Avoid the lava and dodge the obstacles by wall jumping on a moving cannon. By the way, DiscoDwarf's levels are some of the best in the business. So if you haven't seen these... Wall jump. Very good. Oh, okay. Because there's like a boo or something, or a cloud that chases you, so you can continually wall jump basically forever. No. And like your coins there. The coin vans for this stage is particularly helpful because it helps you to sight read where the bullet bills are coming from. And if you got the 9 arrows, it'd be fun to speedrun. Yeah. I said before, DiscoDwarf's approach of finding a cool gimmick or interaction and then building a stage around that and exploring all the different ways it can interact with the environment is very cool, and I think it's also a great creative scaffolding if you are a level creator and haven't come up with any ideas. If you can come up with one small idea and then riff on it for a couple minutes, that's pretty fantastic. Nice. Later, Free4. Thanks again. Nice to meet you. See you around. This little thing at the end. Cool stage as always. DiscoDwarf, thanks for sharing. And this one also is new to Mario Maker 2, or was this one possible in Mario Maker 1? Alright, next up is Raitch, followed by Blaze It. If you haven't added a level yet, !Mario, followed by your course ID. I'll try a hard one. Play levels for about 8 minutes until we beat it, or in the case of like Kaizo levels, we get the general idea. If you are sharing a Kaizo level, if you have like a clip of another streamer beating it, or just a video in general of it being completed, I think that's fun to share. This ask in chat, and one of the mods can permit you to share the link. I will probably not beat it on the channel. You had a version of Mario Maker 1, but looking back, it made it too difficult. Yeah, that was very reasonable, DiscoDwarf. Like, it wasn't trivial, but it also wasn't brutal. Did you... was the big thing that said wall jump in the original version? Climb the mountain, but you need to do it right. Don't turn left. Right, climbers. Oh, is this that slope-enabled level design? I think we saw one like this last week, where there was like an off-screen boo. I think if I turn right at all, I've already failed, or maybe not on the first screen. No, maybe. Let's see. Don't turn left. That's different. Oh, I kind of like that. The stage we saw before, and you're using wind to make that possible. The stage we saw last week was... you couldn't turn right, so you had to be facing left and then like bouncing off of sliding on slopes in order for it to work. So using wind for a don't turn left version of the stage is very cool. I see. I don't know if I've seen anyone use the wind mechanic at all so far, let alone as like the core mechanic for their stage design. Yeah, I like it. You can't control any of the variables with the wind, I assume. Oh, bummer. Could imagine there being a checkpoint right after that. Like, you can't make the wind faster or appear more frequently, I assume. No! That's alright, I'll get in my little thing here. Oh, DiscoDwarf, could you throw that in the backup queue? It's Maryo 2, sorry about that. Hey Robin, how you doing? Wind's a fixed thing in Desert Night. Oh. Oh, there's a lot of cool stuff you could do with it. I'd really like for them to add more with it. Oh, this is tricky. What a great way to escalate the challenge in this stage. I didn't realize that I'd have to, like, do all this at once, basically. Okay. And I have to hop over this spring. I thought maybe it would bounce me just high enough that I wouldn't touch the spike. Yeah, this is a cool stage concept. I dig it. Death deserved from ignoring the coin vance. So you can move through this stage fairly quickly. Oh, I see the coins now. Hop over this, basically. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, and there's the checkpoint. Good call. That was the right place to put it, I think. Yeah, I was originally going to say, I feel like the only issue with this level is that you have to move through it kind of slowly, but once you know what to do, your second pass through it could be pretty fast. So like, the only reason having to move through it slowly would be a problem is if you're dying and having to repeat content over and over and over. And the arrow here tells me to wait until the wind is up so I can get a further jump. Yeah, my update didn't take, Robin. It's a bummer. It's great music. And you got very precise coin vance here of where to jump. When to jump, also. Yeah, it's coin to tell me exactly when to jump on the backswing there. That's cool. I like that you escalate the challenge and riff on the challenge there by requiring them to move at the same time as the wind to the right. Now, I guess you have a lack of coins telling them not to jump on the left side, right? It's not that far from a checkpoint, so it's not that punishing. You can't face left in this level or the stage is over. You want the coins to be the way that they know not to go up there, basically, right? Oh, shit. Force a habit. Let's see, I can give this one a couple more tries and I'll move down the queue, but this is a really neat level concept. Thanks for sharing it, Raitch. Yeah. I'm trying to think about it. I think that this room where it's possible to go up the left side and get stuck is kind of a bummer. I guess you technically have the coins telling them what not to do there. But you don't have anything else that's trollish up to that point where they can die without actually dying, you know? So, I don't know. I think you've been hammering in pay attention to the coins for the whole stage, so I guess it's punishment for having failed there. Ah, just barely. We've done one stage in the story mode, Robin. But we've had a pretty full queue so far. The plan is to check it out whenever the queue is empty. Now, maybe the intent is to jump from the coin down there. I do like single idea stages like this that we were talking about earlier. And I think you've done a really good job of escalating the challenge. I think this is a better implementation of the only face one direction level than we saw last week. Last week was like kind of Kaizo hard. Lots of frame perfect jumps while sliding. Which this one is difficult, but like it's not frame perfect. It's just paying attention for the most part. Following the coin vance. Oh, there's the exit. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Having the ghost there is pretty scary. Excellent stage, Raitch. Thanks for sharing. Next up is Blaze It, followed by hernob, and then PVZ. If you'd like to add a level to the queue, type !Maryo, followed by your course ID. If you've already shared a level, you can share another one. Just put it in our backup queue, !Maryo 2, followed by the course ID. We will try to get to that one if the main queue empties. And if you're new to the channel, hey, I'm Marstead. Normally, when we're not playing Mario Maker, because Mario Maker's not a beatable game, we're trying to beat every awesome beatable game out there. You can see a list of all the games we've played so far at marstead.com, and you can see how you can vote for the next awesome game with the points you're earning in chat right now. They're on the right side of marstead.com. Swearing Mario, Mamma Mia. 2% clear rate. Okay. Yep. You know, my general advice is if you're gonna make a troll level, establish that it's a troll level immediately, right? I think that's correct. Man, I have to remind myself that I can press left again. Playing Raitch's level built this muscle memory into me that I'm not allowed to do that. It's okay. Got only face right. PTSD. Very cute. Oh, real quick, I fix something here. Robin, your Barbie supermodel badge looks like it's turning up pretty well. Cool, down to check them out, Sdaz. I think you can have 2 checkpoints in a level, but there's a way you can do infinite checkpoints through shenanigans. Okay, I can face left, it's okay. Some of them are fireballs, so mean. Loser. Already lost by having been down there. So we're gonna go in this pipe and just die instantly, right? And we're dead. I think we'll give this one more try or so. Blaze It, if you have a video or a clip of a streamer beating this stage, let us know and I can give you permission to share it. I'm seriously struggling with pressing left, even though it's totally fine. You've got anti-conveyance with the arrows there. One more try and we'll move to the next one. The Kaizo levels, give it a good try or so. We'll probably move on. But if you've got a video of someone beating it, it's cool. So you want them to like do the opposite of what the arrows say, right? That's like part of the cheeky design you're going for. With the mushroom? I see. I'm trying to remember, I haven't played Mario World or really any of the other main series Mario games in a really long time. Are those arrows used in main Mario levels? I feel like they're pretty necessary for a lot of the level ideas and concepts that people come up with for Mario Maker. I feel like they depend mostly on coin variants in the main series. I see. It might be in Yoshi's Island. Hmm. You do have the coins there. It's funny because at the beginning of the level, I'm kind of taught to not trust your conveyance. And the second half of the later, I should trust you. It's like a double reverse troll. So you started the level establishing that this is the kind of stage that you've created, though, so I think that's correct. I'll give that one more try, and then we'll pop to the next one. If you'd like to add your level to the queue and you haven't yet, it's !Mario followed by your course ID. If you've already shared a stage, you can type !Mario2 and add a stage as the backup queue. We'll get to that if we clear the main one. Just want to give people that haven't had a chance yet to share their stage a shot. So real quick, let me switch over the timed messages to Mario Maker here. The queue is displayed on the screen. 6 Bravo Yankee 70 Juliet Sierra November Golf. No worries. Imp ist der Best. The imp is the best? Do you study multiple languages? Don't speak chirp. Serp does, though. Okay, cool. Oh, it's like Meat Boy. That's cool. I do really hope we get a fast restart option at some point in the future. To get that Meat Boy feel. Ah. Jump, jump, jump. Gotcha. I like the tuning that you have on this stage so far, hernob. It's hard, but it's like not frame perfect. Instead of having a one tile wide challenge in a lot of cases, you have multiple tiles available to them. Yeah, I like the P-switch trick. I think in this particular mode, you can actually stand on the P-switch for longer than a split second, too. So you have a second to check and see what you're supposed to do. I think since you're not going for frame perfect challenge here, that coin variance would improve this stage, using coins to convey what you want the player to do. So like putting coins where you want them to jump. So I feel like this is more of an execution stage than it is the player needs to figure out what to do stage, right? So if you had coins along the jump path for some of these, there's a good chance you get more players sight reading it. Yeah, I use it as shorthand. I could say tile perfect. I could talk about tolerance. People generally know what you mean if you say that a trick is frame perfect, though, or approaches frame perfect requirements. You can think about it as a frame forgiveness window. How many frames does Mario have, does the player have to press the button before they die, you know? Hopefully the P switch isn't actually relevant to this solution here, right? Yeah. I guess the way I would think about it is, if you're trying to make a stage that's literally frame perfect, then everything in the stage should be like that, right? It's for Kaizo Mario streamers only. It's not really intended for general consumption. But if you don't want it to be frame perfect, but you want it to be hard, I think you want to add a few frames of forgiveness to most of the jumps. We can call it frames of forgiveness. We can call it tiles of forgiveness. I think tiles are probably more useful to most people to understand. Like here, for example, you know, this would be a much harder jump if this was spike, block, spike. Instead, it's spike, block, block, spike, so you got a little bit of room there. Your jump doesn't have to be close to perfect. Cat percent or two. Trick that involves two buttons on the same frame is technically frame perfect. Yeah, I guess that's a good point, huh? I'm pretty nervous about this P-switch being necessary to the solution. Imp is the best. Imp's a German YouTuber and he loves to have clips of random people saying he's the best. Yeah, that's cool. Would one of the mods permit hernob, please? The Superman? We hate Catsuit Mario? I don't have enough muscle memory for playing as Catsuit Mario right now. The thing that gets me in stages with Catsuit Mario is the way that Catsuit Mario wants to, like, climb up walls. I'm used to wall jump shenanigans, and I'm not used to Mario trying to climb up a wall when you bump into it, you know? Alright, good placement of the checkpoint there. Oh yeah, that's fine too. I misread what she said. Go for it. Oh cool, Van Pelt. Use exclamation point Mario before the course ID and you can edit it into the queue. Yeah. That's a pretty tight jump there, but reasonable with what has happened in the stage up to this point. So these sorts of, like, Super Meat Boy stages are kind of fun for me, if they're tuned right, and I think this one's tuned pretty well. Like, there's another variant of this I would call an operation stage, like an underwater level that's all about evading spikes. But precision wall jumps and buzz saws remind me a lot of Meat Boy. Yeah. They've come pretty far once you get to that checkpoint. I think we'll give this a couple more tries and we'll get to the next one on the list. Know that I'm good enough to clear this level. But this is kind of in my wheelhouse if I had enough practice for it, right? Because it's not frame perfect, like we were saying. It's just tough. Oh, I forgot how those things work, but we're okay. Hey. Disregard. Nice use of the theming at the flagpole, right? I gotta make a command to call up that 4-stage level design video from the Mario 3 Land creator. Very nice. That's one of the things that he'll often recommend to do is, like, whatever idea you're playing with for your stage, incorporate it into the flagpole in some way at the very end. To your 4th stage. Thanks for sharing. Next up is PVZ Tryhard, followed by Sdaz, and then Van Pelt. If you'd like to share a level and you haven't yet, it's !Mario, followed by your course ID. If you've already shared a level, you can throw one in the backup queue. !Mario 2, no space. But we'll only go to the backup queue if we empty the main one. Speed Demon, Desert Dash, 40 seconds. Just run and the stage will do the rest. Very good. Got it. I do like these speedrun-oriented stages that, like, enforce it by having a short time limit, right?
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I might not be good enough to do them, but... That's cool. You just have to trust and follow the conveyance. Yeah, I think this is a good usage of the time limit. I think that a large number of creators would turn off the time limit if they could, because it often isn't relevant. But if you want the player to, don't think, just go run through your stage, then timing it with a limit is a really good way to do that. Make sure they're attempting it the way you want them to, right? I see. You want them to pause briefly there to get the star. We'll die here, but... Ah! I'm actually curious, like, PVZ, how many seconds of wiggle room exists in this stage, if any, in order for it to be beatable? Do you have to be perfect? This is a cool stage concept. I'm digging it so far. World record's 37, so you have a little bit of time to goof off. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I think you can... Something that's interesting to think about is, like, you can let players show off by getting a world record rather than making it exactly perfect timing required. A lot of the 20-second ones have a world record of 19.5. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I get it. If that's the intent of the stage, it's fair to make it so that the time is that tight. But, I'll give you a like here. But I think you want to encourage people to clear it if it's kind of hard, and then let people compete for bragging rights by world record. Right. That'll make it more impressive. I did that pretty slowly. I don't know how many seconds I lost in the process. You should be in the pipes by 20 seconds. Nope. Not with my earlier time loss, anyway. Oh man, I'm bad at... Because I don't think you can... Don't think just go run into the claw grabbers, right? You have to slow down a little bit, or you have to, like, air stall. Nope. Not without the star. Gotta be right there. Oh yeah, no, I'm really enjoying the flow of this stage, PVZ. Like, having the coin variance is, I think, what makes this stage work. When you're putting them through a difficult stage, they can kind of start looking ahead and see where the coins are directing them. Like, this stage feels very sight-readable. I'm not sight-reading it because I'm bad. But I don't think we've run into an encounter so far where it feels like the only way I could have gotten past this would have been by dying here and then attempting it again, right? Which seems frustratingly common. Short hop for the first claw. Okay, give it a try here in a second. I kind of also like the aesthetics of the red and blue switches changing, making you think you can't go forward but having to trust it. It's cool. There's my short hop. Oh, interesting. Any idea why I wasn't able to phase through it at first? Why I bounced off it like that? I like how you sort of teach the player that the Beetle helmet is going to let them run through buzzsaws. You put them in a situation where they're forced to learn that, they don't, you know, figure out accidentally. Came in at a protected angle. Let's see. Lose a lot of time there. I think this will be my last attempt because I don't think I can get much faster than what I'm currently doing. This is a cool stage though, I dig it. Looks like spin jump is nice for that. Yeah, okay. Very cool, thank you for sharing. Next up is Sdaz variants, followed by Van Pelt. If you haven't shared a level yet, !Maryo, followed by your course ID. If you're new to the channel, hey, I'm Marstead. When we're not playing Mario Maker, I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made, because there's so many of them that we're never going to run out. You can see YouTube playlists for all the awesome games that we've beaten on stream so far, and you're currently earning stream points. If you type !SP, you can see how many points you have, and you can spend those to vote for the next awesome game. There's a bunch of games on the list at marstead.com, what you can vote for and what commands to use. Sdaz, World 1-1, first world made in Mario Maker 2. Please enjoy. Oh, it's 65% clear rate. Nice. Yeah, I liked your tuning on that stage, PVZ. Well done. I get mostly excited for... Oh, is this a remake of 1-1 from the original Mario Brothers? That's cool. Oh, it feels so weird because it's... Oh no, it's a little bit different. Okay, gotcha. The beginning is similar. Yeah. No, this feels like a Super Mario Brothers early world stage. I like that. Yeah, I think I've mentioned before that this is really hard to pull off. Making a level that believably feels like it could have been in one of the main series games. It's a nice, straightforward stage. You have good placement of your Koopas and your Goombas. I like that you have the short little underworld area with bonus coins. Like, that's pretty classic, and you don't really see a lot of Mario Maker creators do something like that. Since your stage was so short, I might see if I can, like, run through it as fast as possible for fun. No! I've already fucked it up. I like your choice to include a checkpoint there, too. Because I think that Mario 1 tended to have checkpoints. And without flags, right? But about that point in the stage. Yeah, there's still no slope gravity or slope mechanics, right? Very nice. Let me throw a... I like standard. People should get standard. Cool. Yeah, I like that you've kind of traced out... There's a lot of... the original Super Mario Brothers has a lot of stages that are set up in such a way that you can kind of slowly move your way through them and explore them and hit all the blocks. But they're also set up that you can speed through them without stopping or slowing down. And I think you had both of those in that stage, which I thought was really cool. Alright, Van Pelt is up next. And after that, the main queue is empty right now, so if you haven't shared a level yet, you can jump right to the front of the line if you type !Mario followed by your course ID. If you have already shared a level, !Mario 2 will get you in the backup queue, and we'll crack that open here shortly. Simple, snowy speedruns, easy. Slippery slopes to salvation, have fun. This version includes checkpoints. Oh, I didn't realize you could lock tags. That's frustrating. I thought they worked as, like, if enough players vote common and tags, that's the tags it's going to take. I really like the ice design for stages. Ah. Now, I actually don't know how icicles work. If I was on the, if I had been on the conveyor belt there, would I have destroyed the icicles? Ah, only if my butt is on the ground. Interesting. It's a cool way to help them guess to do that. Okay, these are not on a slope though, so I can't get away with the same shenanigan. Got it. Oh, it looks like you've got an infinite checkpoint through that pipe, right? So no matter which direction they go. Crouch slide up, like you have to have some forward momentum. I feel like players are likely to expect that they have to crouch on that first slope, and then you have a good way for them to guess what to do on the conveyor belt. I wonder... I guess anyone playing Mario Maker 2 probably understands slopes and what you should be doing on slopes. Yep. As soon as I saw those spikes. That's nice. It's pretty hard to pull out from that at the end. I think, given that that section is so long, I think the section is only that long because you wanted it to, like, end back where the stage began, right? You might want to make the exit there, like, give one tile of forgiveness. It doesn't require you to be perfect, but it requires you to be pretty precise to fit through there without hitting the spikes on the edge. I might try a different pipe here if I can't pull it this time. Yeah. It would still be a challenge. Like, if you move the spikes one tile over, it would still be hard to get through if they weren't paying attention and noticing it was speeding them up. But they wouldn't have to press the button. It seems to be, like, almost exactly the right time. Oh, that's a cool little... I don't think I've seen anybody who didn't do that yet. I see. Yeah, I think coin vance there would help a little bit if you had some coins leading from where they pick up the Beetle shell to the switch that they're meant to hit. You've already established they need to be hitting switches when they jump, so you got a little bit there. That'll just make sure that they don't accidentally, like, put the helmet on their head, you know? Well, I think it's interesting because, like, the rest of the stage, aside from that so far, has been not trollish. Which I don't think that troll mechanics are bad. I think that if you're going to make a troll level, most of the levels should have troll mechanics. You don't want to have a reasonable challenge that it suddenly ends with something that's trollish. Or if you're going to have a trollish thing and only have one of them, I think it should be the beginning of the challenge rather than the end of it. Because I think what you're going to have is you'll have players that make it through the part that's satisfying and fun, and they'll get to the part that's frustrating, and then they won't want to finish your stage. Man, this is pretty tough, but this is pretty reasonable, I think, this little hallway. Give this pipe a couple more tries, then we'll maybe try some other ones. I do like this pattern people have of labeling their pipes by, like, locking the thing that's beyond it in blocks nearby. Like, you've got the little on switch around here on the right side. You've got the ice cube for the icicles. Looks like there's a thwomp and a bomb section. I see. I think I was supposed to do that earlier. Okay, let's try this again. I do like that you have an infinite checkpoint for this stage, though. I think that's a good idea. Hey, Aren, try putting that in again, but put your course ID in the list, so that should work. I might just be able to hide in that little hole instead of messing with the Koopa, actually. Let's give it a try. So you want them to hold on to the shell. I see. Like, you give them some time to recover there. Gotcha. I've got 1 coin. Yay, infinite checkpoint. Very good choice given the challenge of the different rooms here. Oh, we just did this one. Thank you for letting me leave. Let's try the bomb room. I think I know what I'm actually supposed to do. I don't know if I've seen anyone do this before. Oh, you're close. Activation point Maryo and then put the course ID, Aren, sorry. I guess maybe I can spin jump on it after it starts moving like that. Looks like that's right. Yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone use this mechanic, and I think this was a thing in Mario Maker 1. Ah! Okay. Got it. I was supposed to, like, sink it into the basket there. I have to be bouncing slightly to the left of it each time. There, got it. Thanks, Aren. See if I can get past this objective. But I like that you've got your discrete challenges here, Van Pelt, and I like that you've got an infinite checkpoint. If you made this like a marathon, I think that this stage would be pretty rough for players to get through. But you can let them practice each one separately and save their progress. Okay, we're gonna see how far we can get in this last life, and then we'll pop to the next one. Let's go to the one that I've struggled with. Getting that jump timing right is hard. Thanks very much for sharing, Van Pelt. Alright, up next is Aren. If you haven't shared a level yet, exclamation point Maryo, followed by your course ID. One's actually 8 Whiskey Yankee, 9-7 Hotel, Juliet Yankee Foxtrot. Oops. Same level uploaded with a no checkpoint. Yeah, I think that's smart. I'd like to see more creators, if they want to do a really hard level, make a easier version. Usually the way to do that is just add a checkpoint, right? Because it doesn't really make it easier so much as it reduces the amount of times they have to repeat content that they've already solved. I'm a big fan of saving the game, big fan of checkpointing whenever it's possible. Bubba. 0.36% clear gen. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Grab all 50 coins. Oh, nice, Aren. A long time ago, back to the original Mario Maker. I like playing Mario Maker, even though it's not a beatable game. I think it fits in pretty well with the channel theming. This is a cool concept for a stage. It looks pretty hard. I'm gonna do my best. I see. Part of it is trying to chart out where I should be jumping, so it's sight readable. You really have to be paying attention and thinking about it. Whoops. I like how you've got the red and blue beetles to complement the Mega Man blocks, like... No. But I need to get all the 50 coins in order for the stage to be winnable, right? Huh. That's an interesting way of using an optional objective, because that basically allows the player to figure out the level pattern and then go back through and try to optimize it to get all the coins. Hopefully Nintendo continues to support Mario Maker 2 for a long time. The main reason we stopped playing Mario Maker 1 is just that Nintendo stopped supporting it, so we stopped getting levels in the queue every day. Oh! Yeah, so you almost have, like, there's a part of the stage is figuring out what's the path that you need to take through it in order to win, right? Which I think is mostly sight readable. That one's pretty tight, though. Ah, no! Turned out harder than you wanted? So I think what you can do, if you want to make it a little bit easier, it's a really cool concept for a stage. I think if you added the traditional coin vance, because it seems like there is definitely a definable path the player must take in order to win the stage, right? So a lot of the difficulty comes from that memorization component, and I think you can relieve the burden of memorization a bit by having a line of coins that traces out the path that they should be taking. Like, I don't think it would make the level uninteresting. You'd still get the core mechanic. Yeah, how are you doing the Mega Man blocks? You've got a machine somewhere that's causing them to flip? That's cool. I think that's actually slightly faster than jumping on the blue on the side. Yeah, make the on-off frequency a little bit lower, but it might break things with the auto-scroller. It's pretty tight right now. It's doable, but if you don't know the path to take, then the stage is less about execution and more about memorization, which is fine if the stage is short enough, and it seems like it is actually pretty short. Yeah, I think starting with a little bit of coin vance, and then if you can do what Spiky was saying, if it doesn't completely break your level layout, if I had like a millisecond or so more before the switches change, it would be helpful. Actually, you know, I wonder if you could have a line of blocks along the bottom. Would that make the stage too easy? Like, if falling meant that you had a chance to jump back up and recover. You still have enemies that they have to dodge, which the stage as designed are mostly there as aesthetic flavor. And they still have to get all the 50 coins, so the screen scrolling might stop them even if they're able to land on the ground and recover. You're trying to balance it with the music? That's cool. I didn't even notice that was in time. That's cool. Shoot. Huh. I wonder if you can add some sort of, like, maybe, like, ice physics along the initial path here? Jungle theme with water on the bottom. Yeah, because I don't think, like, I think that the stage is still hard if they don't die when they fall off the bottom of the screen, because recovering takes a ton of time, especially since you're having to pay attention to the alternating Mega Man blocks. So having water on the bottom is a cool idea, having solid ground on the bottom is a cool idea. They'll still die because they can't get to the end of the stage. If you don't change any of that, if you don't add the coin vance and that sort of thing, if you can add, like, something that slightly slows down Mario at the start of the stage, or even increase the length of this opening ramp by a little bit. Because watch what happens if you try to start the stage running and just jump onto the first block. I think you're always going to fall, right? So most of the stage requires you to be always moving to the right and ready to go, but at the very beginning, if you jump too early, you can't make it. Oh, never mind. That's a thing you can do. I don't know if that's the intended way if you want them to be jumping on the blue one first. But if you intend them to jump from each one to each one, you probably want to slow them down at the beginning a bit, so they can always be moving forward and make it. Now, I might be moving too fast now because I can't see what's coming ahead of me. Yeah. This is a cool idea for a stage, Aren, don't get me wrong. I think it's a neat, unique challenge. I haven't seen too many people use the optional objectives yet. That's probably one of the most things I'm most excited about with Mario Maker 2 that wasn't in the base game. Yeah, so like that 50 coin, if they fell into water and had to climb back up, like, it might be really hard, but possible. Help them with sight reading it too. We'll give this one more try and then we'll pop into the backup queue here. If you haven't shared a stage yet, exclamation point Mario followed by your course ID. If you get too far ahead, you die. I guess maybe the water could help with that. Water or blocks along the bottom. I might be able to use the water as insurance at that point. I might think about removing one tile of cloud up there so that they can drop down after getting that coin. I guess most of the challenge in there is getting in there and then sneaking back out, but that's probably the tightest, most difficult part of the stage up to that point, right? I can't go right here. Ugh. Hey, we made it here before. Well, we PB'd. Cool. Thanks for sharing, Aren. I'm excited to see if you do anything more with that stage, what you come up with next. Alright, next up we've got one from Sdaz. Let me add it onto the on-screen queue so y'all can see it. Yeah, thanks for sharing. It's a really cool idea. I think it's got a lot of potential. Sky Bridge. Alright. Cool start. Reminds me of actual Mario World stages. Whoops. Good placement of a checkpoint there too, it looks like. Vision of a mushroom right at the start of the stage. Why did I think that I could spin jump on saw blades? Is there something else you can spin jump on or in a different mode? It's like a saw blade. Can Yoshi bounce on them or something? I feel like if you're quick enough, you could just bounce off all of the parachuting Koopas there. Should be kind of satisfying. I could have sworn you could. Angle may have been too low. The boot will let you do it. Gotcha. Oh. Talk about classic. I don't think I can get out of here. So you got a secret in the stage? I like that. I feel like that's my favorite thing about Super Mario World, and I almost never see Mario World paladin stages that have some sort of secret. So that was pretty short. I'll give that one more try to see if I can get to the secret. Ah! No! Okay. Is the feather in this stage a progressive power-up, or is it always a feather? It's progressive. I see. That's basically how you get the secret then, right? Yeah, I feel like progressives are more traditional. If you're trying to go for kind of a traditional design. I think that works well for a secret too. Like you don't need the cape. You don't need the cape to finish the stage, but I assume you needed to get to the secret at the end, which is cool. That's cool. Yeah, you've done a good job making a very Mario World-like stage here. Boom Boom. Who is not Bowser Jr.? I think you can safely leap of faith down. Yeah, very good. Oh, very cool. That's a really nice way to do a reward for a secret as well. And then it looked like you had another secret at the end of the stage, right? Above the exit gate. Boom Boom's an adult Goomba. Oh, I was seeing that little door. I was seeing that there was a secret. You hit it above the stage. I see. Stomping on babies? It's okay. We beat it already. We saw the secret. It was very cool. Thanks, Sdaz. I dug that level a lot. Love to see traditional stages. Because they're hard to do right, and I felt like you did it very right. I don't think there's any changes I would really say you should make there. Oh, there's also a vine to get up to the pipe, instead of having to fly. Oh, interesting. Where was the vine? That area with all of the blocks and the red Koopas? Majora, Ocarina of Time, Deku Tree. Dungeon of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Pay attention to Deku order at the end. 23 is number 1. Probably. Do you get to pick your thumbnail in this? Because that's a pretty great thumbnail. I thought there was some jank about thumbnails in the original game. Oh yeah, there you go. Deku Babas. That's pretty great. I love it. Coin behind him. It's a nice little secret for exploring. I do like the big coins as an incentive for exploring. Oh man, those Gen Z memes. Oh, there's 4 blocks with the space in between them. Cool. Nice! So it's the little place in the Deku Tree where you have to jump from a large height and fall down into it. He's got good provision of power-ups. Appreciate that. Easy to forget about giving the player power-ups, or give them too many. So, exclamation point Maryo, Cov. Oh, this is the Deku Shrub? I don't think I've seen anyone use this enemy before. Do you have access to it by default, or do you have to beat story mode to get it? Oh, I'm shooting the slingshot? Ha! That's wonderful. And it gives me a little 1-up, or a mushroom at the end. One of these days I'll try to see if I can add some, Oh, there's a POW block, I see. Aliases for the Maryo command. Okay, let's bring this with us, maybe. It's such a neat way to do a Deku shrub. You think about it, you've got the design space of the enemies themselves. Oh, these guys are the Skulltulas. I like it. Best way to deal with the Skulltulas. Gotcha. I guess I could also spin jump off of them. Nice. Ha! I love it. And here I can jump straight down, I think. I like the music choice, too. Oh yeah, the little room with the platforms that you have to time. This is excellently done. So this is a really great adaptation, because you can think of adaptations as like just doing your best to one-for-one represent everything as close as you can to the original work. Or you could try to do a version of the work that works better in your game, you know? Shoot, I thought this was... I don't know if it remembers on-off blocks in between doors. I guess we'll find out. So I like how this feels like a very reasonable Maryo level that happens to resemble a lot of the challenges in Ocarina of Time Deku Tree, without being completely one-to-one in most cases, right? It's inspired by instead of being an exact copy of. Which I like a lot. Wonder how they're gonna do Goma. Hit self with Shell Gang. Some people's kids, man. Small Vine Gang. Whoops. I think I can reset it. Whoops. Again. Oh, cool. Again, similar idea. There's a switch in that room and you have a limited amount of time to jump over the platforms, the water below you. But it's not an exact copy of what's in that game, right? I'm hit self with Shell Gang. Good placement of a mushroom as you go through that door. Yeah, the challenge on this is perfect. Like, it's very sight readable. It's not completely easy. Huh. Interesting. Back in this room, but now something's different, because now I have to get rid of the... Oh, clever. Just like the Deku tree. God, prop. Tell me you didn't share that, flame bar level that's all over Reddit. We'll see you in a second. I saw that on Reddit. I'm like, Propagate was going to share that. I already had the vision. Reset door. 23 is number 1. Let me just try the solution I remember, right? Shoot, I don't want to do that. No, it's easy to jump in the wrong spot here. Really smart of them to put a checkpoint right there as well. Oh, it's not the same solution. Alright, that's fine. Reasonable. Wonder how he got them on different cycles. Look at all the deaths in that little hallway. Beautiful. It is the same solution? Oh, it's 1, 2, 3? Oh. I think I see what you're saying. Clever. That's very smart. I dig it. And then there's a little skull over the door because it's the boss door. I love it. Whoa! Yeah, it's Goma. That's a cool little machine for a boss. Oh, nice. Ha! No way. That's so cool. Oh, that's genius. Oh my gosh. This might be one of the greatest boss machines I've ever seen in Mario Maker. Brilliant. It's cool what you can do with icicles and on-off blocks. It's wonderful. But you have to get at least 2 hits to win. Haha, and then there's the gem. Forest Emerald. It's actually the RQN-JWJ-FQF if you wanted to play it. Yeah, those are quite wonderful. Alright, here we go. Propagable stage. Golf Delta Victor. Gosh darn Victor. Lima X-Ray Kilo. 8 Hotel Golf. Negotiate with the Goomba. Be patient. There's a 30% clear. What is this prop? Who are you? Who does she think she is? Oh, someone drew the 90s ass. Hey, Kai Mom, how you doing? Yeet Gang. That is a lot of dead people in that pit. Okay. Is there a name for this sort of enemy? I don't think I've seen it before. Interesting. No. Name of the stage is Master Negotiator. Don't kill the thing. It doesn't want me to get on the other side with him. It has something to do with us sitting at the table and conversing. And already yells at me once I step on him, which I think is smart of them to do. Get on the page is what the solution needs to be. Goon Buddy. Soft lock gang. It would be great if it's just a timer. Trying to envision what the machine could be that would make something good happen for me sitting there for a long time. This is Chrono Trigger Bold. I think Final Fantasy VI is also very similar, but if you Google Trigger Bold, Chrono Trigger font, you can find it quite somewhere. It scales pretty well. It doesn't handle special characters, like if I did like Pokemon. It's not going to be happy, but generally it looks good. No problem. Huh. Stand behind a waterfall for 3 minutes. Yeah, I love it. Why you soft lock me like this? This is the outside of the house. Okay, so I go in the house, jump on the coin, and I can negotiate with him. But what does that mean? I'm just gonna stand here and see what happens and see if this is the Earthbound waterfall. I'm trying to think how that could be the case, though. What machine could be connected where... I guess there's already sort of a machine where if I travel too far to the right on this screen, I trigger the blocks on the right side, so I think they do have a way to keep you from killing the Goomba, is what that's there for. That's fucking amazing. I love it. It is the Earthbound waterfall. It's exactly what the level... And as I'm in there, like, there's no way that's the solution. There's no way. Very nice. I dig it. Let's see. We got about 25 minutes left. The queue is empty at the moment, so I think we're going to do some story mode. If you would like to add a level to the queue, it's !Mario, followed by your course ID. We're playing Mario Maker, like I said, for another 25 minutes or so before we play a little bit of Bloodstained. So let's go story mode. Oh, cool. Thanks, Yodeling. I'll try that one real quick. Let me do one level since I already loaded in here. Way to go, Maryo. Oh, that's cool. Again, the building theme. Very clever. Do some more jobs. Taskmaster Toad. Keep the coins you pick up, okay. On-off switch research expedition. Wireless protocols, ancient magic. Cool, thanks, Syax. Yeah, it's very cool, DiscoDwarf. I feel like that should be the point, right? Nintendo to make some cool stages. I don't think I've seen anybody use this tile set or music before. Ha! Nice. Clever. But you can still clear that without doing it that way. That's smart too. Yeah, they're definitely taking the on-off switch and then riffing on it, right? Clever. Oh, these are pretty great. No surprise I like the official Nintendo stages a lot, right? God, springs. I guess it helps. Make sure you get out of there fast enough, right? Oh, nice. Isn't there some interaction where if you're inside a switch as it gets turned on and off that it shunts you places? Someone did a stage like that in 3D World yesterday. Up, and there's our... Right, that's what I was talking about earlier, that if you're going to do the creative scaffolding of pick an idea and then riff on it for the whole stage, it feels really cool to end the flagpole by using that idea in the same way. So the idea has been red and blue switch blocks, on-off blocks, and then you get to the flagpole using that ability. Often in a way that's completely optional, like you don't need it to pass the stage, it's just kind of a neat way to cap off your idea. Right, Syax hasn't gone yet, so we'll draw you and then we'll do DiscoDwarf stage. If you haven't shared a level yet, exclamation point Mario, followed by your course ID. Juliet, Charlie, Hotel, 920, 84 Golf. Bills, notes, and lifts. Don't forget to use the lifts while they're falling. I saw someone do a falling lifts that you had to climb as the stage was scrolling up. It was really hard though, I don't think I beat it. Okay, can't hold forward, I have to be a little bit more precise with my jumping. Can't hold forward, though everything tells me to do that. Clever. Get more use out of the same lift from before, and then there's your Z. Oh, I see, because you want them to Z jump on the... Good use of warning them about the spin jump there. I don't think you always have to do that. Sometimes you can count on the player knowing that it's a thing, but if you have a scrolling stage like this where time is of the essence, and it's possible that they won't know yet, you might think about adding some coins as conveyance to this stage, Syax, just to make it a little bit easier to sight read. I don't think it'll make the stage easier. Like, I think it's still technically very difficult. But if you have coins outlining the path that you want them to take, I think they'll better understand. Like, you have the mention at the beginning of the stage that says, don't forget the falling platforms. If you have coins that direct them down to the platform, then it'll be harder for them to miss that, you know? And then coins there after your little Z warning them to spin jump might help them to see the spiny a little bit better and know that they should ride that platform down instead of jumping there and hoping that there's a platform to catch them at the bottom. I guess you've got your down arrow there is meant to be your here you can take a leap of faith and it should be safe. But I feel like you need that down arrow or coins as conveyance like further along in the level more. Here the player should already know that there's a platform beneath them. Later on they don't know because they haven't seen it yet. I think you probably... It's up to you. I mean, if you want it to be a certain level of hard, I think that's acceptable, but you probably don't need the spikes that are to the left of the note blocks here. I don't think they make it particularly more difficult to clear this jump. It's just that you can't hold forward. So I think you're going to have players die there and not get to experience more of the stage as a result. But I think the spike here is necessary because it changes the objective. Just doesn't change the way they're supposed to press a button to get past the objective. Right. Now that spike... Maybe that changes it a little bit. The size of the red X indicates the number of players that have died in a single location, right? Hooray! For celebrating my small victories. Oh, you got a snake block too. Syax, I'm not sure if you're around, but does your stage have any checkpoints in it later? Like that would be a great point to have a checkpoint if you haven't already used up all your slots. Ah, shoot. There's one before a hard trick. Do you have any slots open, or have you used up all your checkpoints? Coins as conveyance later on. Yeah. Yeah, because I think the coins especially would help. If you're going to keep those spikes right before these note blocks, I think it's probably fine. You're kind of establishing early on in the very first jumps on the stage, like, I'm going to expect you to be precise in this level. You can't be sloppy. If you're going to keep those, then I think having coins there would help the player too. Because if you have coins that go straight up, higher than the spike, that tells them that they shouldn't be holding right into the spike, and then they can know that they can trust the coins from that point forward in the stage. As I say, if they like had a tower of coins from the bottom of the note block up like a couple tiles above the spike, and then moving to the right so they know, okay, I need to bounce straight up and then hold right. If I hold right the whole time, I'm gonna die. They're less likely to get stuck here if you have your coin veyance. Okay. If you think about adding a second checkpoint, I think after that area where you like celebrate, you make the little fireworks come out. That's a good place for it, so they can get through your next challenge. Ah! Yeah, the spike hitbox keeps burning me in this game. I think it's either like a pixel larger than it was in the original Mario Maker. Oh shit! I didn't think I could pick that up from there. Yikes. Alright, give this a couple more tries and we'll check out DiscoDwarf's level. This is a fun concept for a challenging stage, though. I like stage designs that get more than one use out of their elements. Yeah, like a checkpoint here, if it was possible. Hit you if you're neutral, not if you're pushing into the wall. One more try. See if I can get past that point. I was wondering if it maybe had something to do with the, oops. I was wondering if maybe it had something to do with the animation on the spikes, so they have an in and an out state, and that their hitbox is equal to their out state all the time. Right. Let's see. DiscoDwarf. By the way, DiscoDwarf, you have unlocked a badge for having over 100 hours watched. It can be any 18 by 18 pixel image that you like. If you had like a game or something, I could do Mario Maker. I could probably find like a little, maybe a mystery mushroom from the first game. It helped me to identify regular viewers in my peripheral vision. Short and silly level, love messing around with Bowser. Cool. Whiskey, Juliet, Foxtrot. Carbine try exclamation point Mario. 90% clear rate. Bowser's working out his fitness airship. Be his gym partner. Gym. Yeah, I should be able to do that. See if I can do the mystery mushroom, maybe. Hey, DVP Design, how you doing? This is great, DiscoDwarf. How does this not have 100% clear? I guess you could let time run out, right? That would count as a fail. Oh, man. And that's the treadmill. This is such a goofy stage, I dig it. Resets from people going for the world record. I see. Man, I really wish that that didn't count. I wish clear rate was based on players that have tried the level at all versus players that have beaten it at least once. It's a cool secret there at the end. You know, I like your little Maryo at the end. It's cute. Awesome. Cool stage, DiscoDwarf. Carbine's up next. If you haven't shared a level yet, we're going to be playing Mario Maker for another 12 minutes or so. Exclamation point Maryo, followed by your course ID. Resets are off and speedrunners starting over. Yeah, I feel like it's not... I mean, it's not helpful to the real clear rate. I feel like it's going to drive most clear rates way down. Like, if you have a stage where most people, like, it's only a couple minutes long and most players might die once and then beat it after dying once, like, I'd rather that show 100% clear rate than a 50% clear rate. November 9/1. It's hard? Okay. I will do my best. I'm an okay Mario player, but I'm not very good at, like, Kaizo-style stages. But if you have, like, a clip of another streamer playing it or beating it, very, 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 very icy. Let us know. We can get someone to permit you to share a link of it. That gym stage was cute. Oh god! You weren't kidding when you said it was icy. Okay. I've landed on... My way of thinking about it is, if you're going to do a super hard stage, make it really clear on the very first screen that that's what it is. And you've done that! You didn't even really have to tell me that it was hard, because the first screen makes that clear, right? Same with troll blocks. If you're going to do troll mechanics, their very first jump should have a troll block in it. I think I probably need to slide down that to have enough forward momentum to hit the claw. First streamer to play it. Cool. That's exciting. Do you usually do stages of this level of difficulty, Carbine? It seems like this jump, it's like I don't know that it's frame perfect, but it's not frame forgiving. You need to have exactly the right amount of momentum, you need to jump at exactly the right point in the slide, and maybe even double air dodge. Troll levels aren't your thing. Yeah, I think there's a place for them. Like, I really enjoy I Want to Be the Guy. It's a fun little exercise in player-developer dialogue. But there's definitely a difference between a well-made troll level and kind of a troll level for troll level's sake stage, if that makes sense. I think there's an art to doing it well. And there are parts of I Want to Be the Guy that are worse than others, that are, like, less interesting or less fun than others. I feel like the correct response to a well-designed troll level whenever you get trolled is to go, God damn it, you got me, and then laugh. Instead of rolling your eyes and being frustrated. Just got this game today. Nice. That's pretty good for a stage. Huh. So I don't think it's possible to go up there, right? You can't fit between the saw blades, I assume? Oh, maybe you need to. It is possible to just barely fit between the two blades. Oh, wow. I don't think I've seen anyone use that mechanic before. I like that you can just, don't think just go the flame bars there. Like, you can also wait and do it more slowly, but... Wait, I can't fit between the saw blades to wall jump. I need more momentum from the claw to scoop up and around. I see. We'll give it a couple more tries. If I can't get much further, that's okay. We'll check out his Lua's level. But this is a really neat concept for a stage. I like that you can take your time with these challenges, or you can try to just rush through them very fast. It's hard to get that balance right. There we go. Sure. I need to learn my claw mechanics a little bit better. Ooh, golly, is this all about momentum? This could be a wall jump. Whew, yikes. Yeah, this is a great stage for someone to want to speedrun. You can take it slow. I don't think... It seems like there's never really a point where the player has to slow down, as far as I can tell from the beginning of it. Oh god! Ba-dum-bum. Alright, one more try. DVPs is the one you just entered in the queue? Okay. One more real try. I like your challenge level in this stage. Like, it's pretty hard. Player doesn't have to be completely perfect, though. Get a little bit of wiggle room in a lot of these jumps here. And, like, having this set up, like, a meaner person would just put spikes along this line here. But you make it so that if they fall a little bit too far, they can still recover with wall jumping. Yeah, and I think that those sorts of stages are hard to design. I've seen people that do stages that require you to run constantly, and I feel like those are actually kind of easy to put together. You just run through the stage yourself, and then you place the blocks where you see Maryo lands when he jumps. And I've seen stages where the opposite is true. You have to take things slow, and if you go too fast, that you'll die. Allowing the player to do both is more challenging, I think. Very nice. Oof. I think I made that easier than it was intended to be, right? Oh no! That's not good! Oh, maybe I needed it over here. I guess we'll see. Such cheese. Oh golly. Okay. I have a soft spot in my heart for... this is mostly enabled now with the on-off switches for these levels where you go through it one way and then you hit an on-off switch and now you have to do it very differently. This is a really neat stage, Carbine. I might think about adding checkpoints to it or adding a version with checkpoints. I think it's still hard if it has checkpoints, but then they can probably practice more and get a little bit further. And maybe give them an alternate version of the stage that has no checkpoints if they want to go nuts with it. You played 100 courses, Cat Mario headgear. Oh, that's cool. Alright, 0, Tango, Bravo. Actually, I think I'm going to close the queue here, because after this we're going to switch to Bloodstain for the night. Mario Maker will be back. I'm still waffling on whether it's going to be Monday or Wednesday. We might give one more scheduling try it from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific instead of 1 to 3. Oops. Do you have the course ID right, Islua? Maybe 25F? Yep, later, Carbine. Nice to meet you. 0TB, M11. I can check if I still have you in my liked courses. Oh, what should the O be? They don't actually let you do O. They remove some of the characters that can get confused. Yeah. I can check it still if I still have you in my liked courses to find where that was. Here we go. Would have been last week, right? Yeah, I totally agree. I got past you. Oh, it's not yours? Can you check your course ID again, DVP? 0TB M11 XRG. Okay, thanks. Gotcha. My bad. Is a fun 3D tech Kaizo level. No checkpoint or subworld. So I probably won't be able to play this for more than a couple minutes. I'm not very good at Kaizo. It says there's no clears yet, but have you recorded yourself clearing it, DVP? Might be cool to see a clear video of it. See if I can get past the first jump.
Oh no!
Maybe. Those streamers who are really good at Kaizo practice, like how often they're able to sight read the start of a stage like this one.
Oh no!
Yep, that's Kaizo. And then you gotta do like a shell jump there. You have to throw the spiny at the wall.
Oh no!
I think this is the most Kaizo stage I've seen in the queue since the game came out.
Oh no! Oh no!
If I can make it past this jump, if I can bounce off the shell and make it, I'll feel accomplished. It's not in my usual wheelhouse. Do I need to do any kind of air spinning in order for it to work? I think I need to stall a little bit in the air in order to be able to bounce off of it, right?
Oh no!
Hey, sorry, Kakili, we just closed the queue, but Mario Maker will be back on next Monday. I'm actually about to wrap up here. Wow! I did bounce off the shell one time, so we'll give it that. Thanks, folks. Mario Maker will be back next week, either Monday or Wednesday. Keep an eye on the events page to see when we'll be playing it. Thanks, everyone, for sharing levels. I'm going to take a short break before we switch to Bloodstained for tonight.